What's going on, Scorpio? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be self-growth, Scorpio, and all the ways that you can embody all the best qualities of your future self. I'm still working on that, so bear with me, Scorpio. It's Tuesday? I got till Saturday. Nature my problem. But just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the craziness with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just good energy all around here, Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, with this spread, I'm going to be going until Higher Self says stop. We're just going with the flow here. And just so you're all aware, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply the energies to people as they make sense for your situations. All right, there's Scorpio. Look at you, royal. And lastly, the decks that I'm using. This one is the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. And then the Oracle deck that I'll be using is the Anatomy of a Witch deck. And I'll include links for these decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested there, Scorpio. Well, let's see what's cooking up in your world so far. So for you, ooh, just wow. Scorpio, I'm with it. You know, with all this, it's Sword City over here. And I feel like with all this sword energy popping up here, Scorpio, I feel like that we're looking for answers, obviously, but I feel like it's answers for, this could be something that you might be working on. Maybe we've been doing some brainstorming as far as like, maybe you're thinking about getting like some kind of project maybe starting up. You know, maybe we're thinking about maybe doing some type of, you know, this could be something where we're doing some sort of, maybe thinking about implementing routines into our world, possibly. You know, maybe we're thinking about getting like a, let's say like a diet, like maybe get like your food, you know, if we're thinking about maybe trying like removing carbs or maybe removing dairy or maybe even something too. This could be, maybe we're doing like, listing all that stuff, you know, with the food, I'm thinking about even like what's that test? You know, there's like a food sensitivity test. That may be something that you're looking for. Maybe we're understanding our bodies on a more personal level. You know, maybe we're trying to, this could be even with like a workout routine, or maybe we're trying to think about maybe some even some hobbies that we can maybe work into our world here, Scorpio. But I feel like that your brains are really might be really active this month, you know, and thinking about some possible ideas that we can work into the mix, in some ways that we can start implementing this stuff into our daily lives. Because with the King of Wands, or excuse me, the King of Swords, he's a very wise figure. This is Gemini energy. And he's very knowledgeable, very intelligent. When I think of Gemini energy, it's very, very voracious in its consumption for information. But the thing with the King of Swords is that he's not only really intelligent, he's also wise in the sense that he takes everything that he's learned, you know, all the information and stuff that we've gotten from the universe, you know, as far as ideas, maybe different resources, all of those lines. Because the Ace of Swords is like, when we get, that's like that, the universe providing like I wonder what this diet's like, or, you know, or I wonder what, you know, maybe like what an alkaline, you know, I'm just thinking of food stuff, for example. But, you know, this is the inspiration that the universe provides. And then when we get to that, when we're working with that energy, we gain the wisdom by putting it into action. So I feel like that's going to be something for you too, Scorpio. Once we get this brainstorming stuff done, make sure that we follow through with this stuff. Because this is Mars and Capricorn energy, the Three of Pentacles. And for me, that gives it, you know, find the most practical approach for you to tackle this situation, whatever it is that you're getting ready to work on yourself right now. This could be even something too, maybe we're with all the swords energy, this could be where we're thinking about our mental state. Maybe we've noticed that we might not be the kindest to ourselves, and we're looking to kind of like rewire our brains that way. One thing, Scorpio, if we're looking for, here's my Ace of Swords from me to you. One thing that I've been using, if that's something that we're thinking about, I downloaded this app, maybe like a month and a half or fairly recently. And I have the free version. The free version is very nice. It gives you different affirmations each, however frequently you want. And I find that and here's the thing too, Scorpio, if we were in a place where maybe we haven't been a high self-esteem type of period, however long this may have been going on, if that resonates with you, be aggressive. I've been telling everyone that when it comes to like positivity and raising the vibration, why not be aggressive? Especially if we're getting into this place, if we beat up on ourselves all the time. I don't know about you, Scorpio, but when I especially remember back in the day when I would, criticize myself or anything like that, it would be kind of harsh. It'd be intense and it would be aggressive. And so I feel like that with this app that I'm talking about, you can set up however many alerts that you want. But the nice thing I like about it too, and I feel like that what really makes it kind of stick, is that it'll give you a section too where, and this is not like, I'm just telling you things that I just like personally use, and we're not like in this app and I aren't in any kind of like partnership or anything like that. But the nice thing too is that you can make your own. And I find that it gives you a chance, even when I tell people like, create stuff, manifesting, getting that practice, that's a good one to start on, manifesting affirmations, because it's building yourself back up again. It's getting you in this place. And this could even apply too if we're going for like a diet, so that we stay through, like when you're going through the stuff, like good job for sticking with this, with your routine, or for working out, like this is something too where when I was thinking of workouts, there's this site that I've been using for years, and one of the instructors on there, another free thing, Fitness Blender, love them. Look at that, Scorpio, we're just getting all kinds of nuggets. This is going to be a very informative one for you, Scorpio. We're collaborating right now. And one of the things too they had mentioned was if we've been working out, or if we've been doing something where we get into a routine, applaud yourself, pat yourself on the back, reflect after you do the workout, because I'll tell you what, it makes doing it just more meaningful, because now we're more present in it too. We had a time to think about, wow, I really did bring it today. Or, okay, I noticed there were areas where like when I really pushed it, and there were some areas that like, I had to, kind of cut up slack a little bit. But it gives you something to work with next time, Scorpio. But this, I feel like, Scorpio, with the rate that we're going to, and even talking about collaboration, maybe this is something too, if we're thinking about ideas and we're, maybe we're having troubles. Maybe we get started, but then it's like it's been maybe kind of spotty here and there. You'll be good for like a week, and then you might miss a day. Be good for like a couple days, miss a day. Maybe this is something where maybe we partner with someone, Scorpio, because it's, when we get into like self-growth and things of that improvement, it's better when there's a team, because then it gives us all, we have someone who can relate with us. They've seen where we've started, and you get to see where they've started too. And you can lift each other all the way. You can motivate each other to rise and to, I feel like that would be really, really lovely for you, Scorpio. More. So just something to think about while you're working with this energy. I feel like this is a good time for just some good ideas for you here, Scorpio. Look at that. You got the Page of Cups here. I feel that maybe some of us too, maybe if we're struggling for ideas, this could be something as well. Maybe get yourself in a different environment. Maybe changing up your scenery might provide some fresh ideas, some new creative ways of going about whatever it is that you're planning on improving this month, Scorpio. And the thing too, Scorpio, when we're thinking about like self-growth in that, that's something that's going to be, that's for the duration of this journey. This is not something where it's like, all right, we got that thing and then we're done. We can just kind of kick back and relax. It's something where we're constantly improving on. And that's not to make it where it's just like, oh, we got to do that for a long haul. That's exciting, Scorpio, because you're growing, you're transforming. And I feel like for anyone, for you to be transforming and growing, I mean, it's fantastic. So, maybe find some ways to, if we're struggling, maybe thinking of some ways to make different like self-improvement methods work for us. Maybe too, this could be maybe the sources that we're using. Maybe if you've been trying like YouTube for a while to find stuff and you haven't been finding anything there, branch out a little bit more. Check out different sites. You tap into those Google skills there, Scorpio. Use those detective skills of yours, because with your energy, Scorpio is like, they're like the detectives of the zodiac. They can find that information, really do a deep dive. And I feel like that the answer is here for you, Scorpio, especially when it comes to improving yourself. I feel like that you can definitely find some creative ways to get the answers that you need. Look at all this sword energy here. And you know what, Scorpio, again, when we have this energy, because the higher self is just throwing it at you. Keep that momentum, keep that follow through, because this is going to be something where self-growth is not easy. Even I don't know if you noticed in Mind the Darkness, Scorpio, when I'm recording, it's kind of like it's a stormy day, raining pretty good. But think about it this way, Scorpio, your space is being cleansed on like a citywide level. This is gonna be a really good, very purifying time for you, Scorpio. Thank you, weather. But Scorpio, you saw, well, I'm not sure if you saw how it got a little bit darker here. That little ambiance shift was you getting ready to tackle your growth here. But don't let that deter you. It may be a little hard at first. It might seem a little dark. It might seem a little, it might be a little difficult at first. But when we keep that drive, keep that momentum, it's going to, the universe rewards us in kind. It's totally worth it in the end. Because granted, I was going to say you going from a Knight of Swords to a King of Swords, but really, Scorpio, you came out the King of Swords. So it's just. All right, now we're being silly. Hold on, let's get some more stuff here, Scorpio. Let's see what else is going on for you. And Scorpio, this could be something too. I'm thinking all these like really high placement sort of swords cards. Try not to overthink this situation. No? Okay, we're keeping all that. Yeah, try not to overthink this situation. Scorpio, you got a stack here. Okay. Because here's the thing. Let's start with the first one. We're just going to go down the road anymore. I didn't think so. We're just going to go down the road here, Scorpio. Because if we overthink this thing, I feel like that can sometimes get us to a place where the wheel stops. I feel like that when it comes to, I feel like you're at this place where you're getting ready to begin a new cycle, And if we felt like we've been kind of stagnated for a while, or that that the wheel hasn't been turning, or that if we just feel like we haven't been able to get ahead here, Scorpio, I really think it's time to kind of sit back. Well, you know what? Let me get these. Hold on, Scorpio. Let me actually get these kind of laid out here. Because before I say that, I feel like for some with this Hermit, I feel like that for some of us, I'm just thinking with this Knight of Swords here, that we may be, if we have an idea of how we want to go about our next improvement, going for our growth here, Scorpio, I think it's maybe time for some of us to expand. If we've been debating about it, but maybe we've been kind of procrastinating, dragging our feet. I feel like for some of us, the time is the opportunity is here. But for some others, I do feel like that if we haven't thought about this thing, maybe we're thinking about, if it feels like things have kind of stagnated and that we haven't been maybe in control of our lives, or that things haven't been going our way, to take some time and do some hermit work, to do some introspection, to find out, what are some ways that we can improve? What are some past things that might be kind of bothering us here? What are some things that may be kind of shackling us right now? Do we have any habits that we want to release? This doesn't even have to be with like, as far as like working out and dieting. This could be maybe if we're trying to quit, let's say drinking, or maybe, quit smoking, or, or even, even if it's, whatever your vice may be, Scorpio, I feel like that sitting with that for a second and figuring that out and giving that time to yourself, being mindful of where you're pouring your energy into. Because if you're in a time right now where you're focusing on self, not to say, finding that balance between self and others, Scorpio, and I feel like too, especially for water signs, we have a tendency to overgive sometimes, just because, we're more in tune with with our emotions, and we want to nurture people, and we want to help. But, in order to help ourselves, or in order to help other Scorpios, first we have to help ourselves. We have to make sure that everything is all right here, because how can we expect to heal anyone if we're not doing the same stuff, or taking the time for ourselves? That's just like me trying to help you with a broken arm and both my arms are broke. What are we doing? And two, Scorpio, I'm thinking about when we go on this journey, to be mindful of one, when of what we tell ourselves as far as like criticisms. If we think that if we're going through this thing, how I was talking about, if we do like a week and then we might skip a day, or then we do like maybe a couple days and falter, be kind to yourself. Don't let it be like if you happen to miss a day because life got a little frantic. Don't let that knock you down. That's okay. That cycle got messed up, let's start again. Let's start the next day. We'll start fresh as a brand new day, new you, new beginning, So don't let that be where if we mess up, that it deters our growth. And then, something else to think about too with the Seven of Wands, being mindful of our support system, the people that we have around us. Are they saying things and doing things that are supporting you, Scorpio? There's these people that we're collaborating, or that that you're in collaboration. Let's just be mindful of the support that we're getting. And if there's not, like, for example, I'm all for constructive criticism when it's actually constructive. If you have like an idea for some ways maybe you're thinking about improving yourself, and it's met with like, oh, well, Scorpio, that's silly, there's no way that's going to work, how you are, blah, 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 blah. That's someone I feel like we want boundaries with, and that's not say cut them out of your life. It's just like, okay, for this portion of my journey, I'm going to need you to be over here, just for the meantime. And, we want people who are around us where it's like, hey, I'm thinking about, quitting smoking, for example. I'm thinking about doing cold turkey. And it's like, well, okay, Scorpio, have you thought about, the fact that there could be, the withdrawals? Do we have a backup plan? Do you want someone maybe you can run with? Or maybe we can think about some substitutes and kind of like wean yourself off of it. Oh, you know what? If we're thinking about trying to quit smoking, oh, goodness. Oh, I think I got another app for you, Scorpio. I'm just full of apps today. Look at that. More swords. More ideas. What is that app called? Smoke Free? I want to say that's what it's called. Something along those lines. It's like this app, little sidebar, Scorpio. It's like this app where You log in when you plan on quit smoking, and it'll ask you a bunch of questions, as far as like how many did you smoke a day, like it's really cool. And then it's like a timer, and it'll keep adding up, however many minutes, how many days, how many months, how many years, and you get like little rewards or little milestones, reminders and such. And it's so dope. So that could be another thing to think about as well, but this is the kind of people we want around us, Scorpio. This kind of work here. We don't want people who are going to perpetuate an illusion, that you're not good enough, that you can't rise up, that the path that you're choosing is not the right one. You know what I mean? This is one where this is your journey, Scorpio, and no one can tell you how, what to do. You have to trust your instincts. Follow your heart in this. The moon. I like this, and there's one I'm thinking of the moon in the Thoth deck. There's a beetle that is usually that has a little sun, and the moon reflects the sun. And all I feel like the moon wants you to do, Scorpio, think about your sun sign. The moon just wants you to express reflect the true you. It wants it wants your light to shine, and wants everyone to see it. So, making sure that we have people too that aren't, like I was saying, that are supporting us, and that too, will be there to when we walk through the unknown, because the moon invites us to, if we're nervous about going down this venture, like worries of like, well, what if I relapse, or what if this diet doesn't go right, or what if this routine doesn't work, or what if I'm not mentally strong enough, it's that the moon is just like, no, you are absolutely enough. Come on over and let me show you. That's, the moon's a mirror. It wants you to see how amazing you are, and it wants to reflect that light there. Because think about when the moon's out. Whenever we see a full moon, it's spectacular, it's brilliant, it's full of hope and opportunities and just goodness, Scorpio. But, overall, I feel like that this is going to be a real kind of a really expansive month for you, Scorpio, in the terms of self-discovery. I feel like that, and honestly, Scorpio, I was thinking before your readings, it's just like I've always enjoyed doing, especially when the self-growth comes around, because you really do it best. Nothing against the other signs, my sun's in Cancer, but I'm just like, man, look at Scorpio. I mean, it's just every time. And it's usually I always get something from it. I've like Scorpio placements, and this is more of a generational one. I have Pluto in Scorpio. So that's a cool placement, for a generational one, but that's about as much Scorpio as I got going on there. But no, I do. I love your energy, and I feel like that this is going to be something where I feel like you're going to learn to love your energy too. If this is something where, if we haven't been a fan, maybe some of us are just like, man, all this transformative, like constantly transforming all the time is exhausting. But no, Scorpio, it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the destiny. And the nice thing too with our destiny is something that we are in control of. We start feeding the more we start investing in self and really start turning that wheel, the universe really does reward that, Scorpio. So just something to think about. But let's go ahead and get into some oracle cards here, so we can so I can get you out of here and get your ideas and get all those nuggets of cooking there. And Scorpio, this could be something too, if we have an idea while we're brainstorming anymore. While we're brainstorming, let's switch back over. I'm just thinking about all these, how we were just dropping apps and stuff. Maybe this is something you're going to do. Maybe you're going to create apps for people, or do like different ways to. I don't know, Scorpio. I mean, think outside of the box. I know this is for self-growth, but who knows? Maybe you might got some stuff cooking in the mix here. You might. Let's get to your oracle cards. You might awaken, Scorpio, and I feel like something is getting ready to unlock. Look how wise you are. Scorpio, seriously. When we talk about how wise you were being the King of Swords, and now look, more wisdom. you know what? I'm going to follow this owl's note. We're going to drink some tea on your wisdom for a second. Because Scorpio, something is happening, you know, and I feel like you know, and I'm thinking too, with this Knight of Swords energy, be present during this transformation. You know, I feel like this is something where, you know, we don't want to rush this. You know, I know that when we're going through a metamorphosis, you know, sometime depending on what's going on, it could feel a little uncomfortable, maybe uncertain, you know, whatever we might be feeling, but be in that, you know, enjoy it, because and I know how that sounds, but it's part of the growth. It makes the whole process worthwhile. And don't be afraid to try something new, Scorpio, to invest in yourself. The new moon, here you got the new moon in reverse. The new moon invites us to try something new. You know, it's a new cycle. You know, our lives are just a series of cycles, you know, here, Scorpio. And I feel like this new moon is just like, you don't have to wait, you know, for, you know, if we missed today, you know, we started like on the 1st, and then let's say we were good until the 5th. We don't have to wait until the 1st again to start something. We can start a whole new cycle the next day. You know, just keep that momentum, and then with time, you're going to learn to love this experience, Scorpio. You know, investing in you and growing with you and seeing how you evolve. You got the love card in reverse as your last card. And I feel like that if this is not something we're loving right now, you're going to learn to love it, Scorpio, because it's like if you're a video gamer, for example, you know, where you might be on those missions where it's like a real hard level, you've been grinding, you got to do all this stuff, and then you've been going at it, seems like months, and then all of a sudden you pass it, and it's just like, oh man, yes! That's what I feel like is going to happen to you, just like that. It's gonna be epic, you know. And I'm like using that word lightly. I think it's gonna be epic, Scorpio. What's cooking up in for you this next month here? So enjoy that experience. Pour into yourself, and have some fun. I'm even thinking about the 6 of Cups. Have a little fun with it. Enjoy it. You know, yeah. I think I'm gonna leave that there, Scorpio. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I thought that was really nice. So give that a thumbs up if you did, and share this, Scorpio, because really, you know, when I think about your sign, your sign would be, I feel like, really good. You know, once you've really gotten your healing abilities down packed, Scorpios have a way of bringing stuff to the surface in a way, you know, and helping us face these issues, you know, kind of head on. I feel like Scorpio provides a space. It's just like, kind of like, hey, look at this thing here. You know, we got to deal with this stuff. And I feel like the sooner that you get your skills on yourself refined, the healing that you can do for society, for the soul tribe would be just, your school, Scorpio school, transformation 101. You know, Scorpio, but what were we doing? We were sharing this. And in all that time, you've had enough time, Scorpio, if you haven't already, to subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. Fun fact about social media, Scorpio. So Facebook and stuff. Okay, Facebook. I don't know what I'm doing with Facebook. I mean, I connect with Facebook. That's been a lot of fun. Instagram. I have no idea what's going on with Instagram. It's there. People are following me, but that's about it. But I'll tell you where I'm active, Scorpio, on Insight Timer, because I found out not too long ago I had posted my link for my videos on like my bio, whatever you would call it, profile, descriptor, whatever, and I did it, and then I didn't think about it. And then someone reached out to me on there, said they were following the channel. I was just like, boom, look at me, all tech savvy. So I'm on Insight. Oh, and if we've been looking for some meditation, Scorpio, you know, while we're going through the self-growth, here's another little nugget for you. You know what, Scorpio? I feel like this was less about the universe providing. No, I'm kidding. was going to say, look at me providing all these ideas. But this is cool, Scorpio, and I feel like this is something for some of us too. You see how where'd you go? This collaboration. You know, I'm digging it. What are we talking about? Social media. I'm on Insight Timer, so check that out. Add me on Let's Be Friends on Insight Timer and send me a thanks for meditating with me. I'm on there. I'm very active on there, so bet I'll send you a response. And then lastly, Scorpio, so I can get you out of here. You got the new moon here, and if you got any, if you got any Cancer in your placement, maybe once you've done some healing, or maybe you're going to partner up with the Cancer. Who knows, Scorpio? Come check out my channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. Definitely discuss lunar shenanigans. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you a surprise card so I can get you out of here. Oh, nice, Cancer's card. You got the Four of Cups here. Oh, this is a good one, too. And then, what else we got? We got the Poppet here. And I like this, Scorpio. You know, I feel like for some of us, if we are having troubles, you know, maybe starting up stuff, you know, let's say, or maybe committing to things as far as like whatever it is that you may be doing, maybe exercising different tools, you know, the different apps that I was talking about, or maybe where we're writing our progress down, maybe do like a journal, or maybe do something on your laptop as for notes. Or did I say calendar? Put a calendar up somewhere if I didn't say calendar. Put 2 calendars up if I did. Be aggressive, Scorpio. But, you know, pay attention to the signs, you know, because I do feel like that there are signs being presented to you, Scorpio. There are resources that are out there for you, but it's just being open to them, you know. It's allowing those things to come in, you know, and to work with those energies, Scorpio, because if we ignore all the signals, not that I feel like you're going to miss out on opportunities for growth or anything, but it just takes a little bit longer to get things moving. So just pay attention to the signs and, you know, work with your energies and just as these, and again, you know, think about this, you know, one last little thing. I don't even remember where I heard this, but when we're thinking about like streaks, you know, because sometimes, and I think of like for example, with like meditation on the app, they'll have where they keep track of how many days you've meditated in a row. And sometimes, I tell you what, especially when I first started, I was on like a real hot streak, and then I missed one, and then I didn't meditate for like a month. And then, I was on like 100 and some odd streak, and then I missed something for some reason. I think I was on vacation, and then it was just like, oh crap. And then, well, I'll get started again eventually, and then, yeah, a month or 2 went by. And so, it's like, Scorpio, when things like that happen, it's like, are you going to fault yourself for the one time that you missed a day? Or are you going to congratulate yourself for the fact that you had 150 days up until now? And you just did that one. Okay, we start back over again. Because that was the end of that cycle, Scorpio. These little things when we miss stuff, it's just the end of a cycle. But the nice thing is, we can start up one whenever we're ready. Whenever we're ready, Scorpio. You set the pace. So, ooh, Scorpio, I tell you, it's just nuggets. I've been using them where are we at? Yeah, last little thing. That dome from the home thing. Love it. That's what you inspired, and bet I've been telling everybody about it. So, Scorpio, look at you. This is good. Scorpio, go collaborate. That's really what I feel like is going down here. So stay safe out there. Have fun, too, while you're doing it. And you keep raising that vibration. You just do it so naturally. And I will catch you. Oh, where'd my mouse go? Oh, there we go. On the next one. Later.